Okay, but anyway, back to my thought. Um, I don't remember exactly where I was, but this whole idea of a woman's worth is strange to me, in the way that she describes it. Um, it makes me believe that. Oh, I know where I was. I was with the football player. You know, 6 figures, 6 foot, whatever. So let's say she meets this guy, she'll feel complete in the fact that well, her personal opinion that her worth is now met with another person who has accomplished X, Y, and Z, or is X, Y, and Z. But here's the thing that happens most times. Um, well, not most times, but sometimes when a woman bases her worth on a guy that has all these external values, um, things don't go well sometimes. You know, for instance, like the guy may be down low gay. You know, the guy may be a drug addict, low key. Um, the guy may be a compulsive gambler or something like that. But on the surface level, he has all these things that quantify as what you consider as a woman your equal, or a guy that you are deeming worthy of your presence, uh, if you want to put it that way. That's the way I've interpreted it from women when I've heard these things. But does it also, uh, you know, come to consideration that when these guys end up with these problems, who you deemed as worthy of being the person who, I guess you can say, is worth your worth in so many words, uh, when he comes out with all these things that are negative about him, do you antiquate those things as part of your worth too? I mean, because we're all imperfect, you know. Um, so you have to, in some way, account for these things. I would assume, as a woman, you would account that there is no such thing as a perfect guy. And even though on the surface level he checks all your boxes, what about the ones he adds that you don't want to check? Is that part of your worth too? That's what I want to know. That's what I want to figure out. I want to figure out why these women use the word worth to describe themselves when it comes to the type of guy that they feel that they are worthy of. And here's the more pressing issue. I normally hear this from women who have baggage, in whatever form it may come in, because once again, none of us are perfect. We all have our issues. I'm not saying that, just because she has baggage, she's less than. I tend to equate women based on a scale that is very fair. And I don't hold any grudges at all. Your past is your past. It has nothing to do with me. But you expect and account for this, and don't account for this person to be imperfect, because that's never in any of your discussions. Because when it comes to what you say you're worthy of, and what your worth is compared to that, it never comes across. I've never heard a woman say, oh, well, I'm worthy of a guy who beats me, or I'm worthy of a guy who cheats on me, or I'm worthy of a guy who gambles all our money away. But isn't this part of your worth? This guy who you have to antiquate has some negative qualities about him. But why is it that women don't include those things? Why is it that they don't take into consideration these things? But the conclusion of what my rhetoric is that when I hear a woman say that she's worth X, Y, and Z, I don't normally pay attention to that. Because a woman who says that I'm worthy of this type of guy, I'm worthy of this type of guy, she normally doesn't have a track record of that type of guy. So, to you guys and you women out there who have issues with figuring this out or may classify themselves as being worth something, take into consideration of what you're actually saying and what you're actually implying, because people like me will pick you apart. But until next time, this has been The Wolf and Beta Close.